Hare Krishna. I'm Nitya Kishori. I welcome you all for our Saturday IYS session. So we have Dipapriya Vrajeshwari Mataji with us. So we are very happy to have you, Mataji, after a long time. So we have heard from her many sessions in the past, power of prayers, and then lot more sessions. So as you know, IYS sessions are always beneficial. So we usually take the contemporary issues and try to address it. So today as well, the topic as we face sometimes in our life being judged. So this is to address one such issue that troubles us. So as you know, Dipapriya Mataji is with IYS for many years. She is working. She's working in a corporate company and in a banking sector. And she is married. She has a kid. Still, she manages her life, like her office, her family, her child. So everything she manages so well, and her devotion. So it is so inspiring. So to see such devotees amongst us, like who could manage everything and still chant their 16 rounds and perform devotional service. So thank you, Mataji, for your session today. So we are looking forward. So over to you, Mataji. And 1 minute. So IYS, as you know, so as I mentioned, so please join us in the WhatsApp group to get regular notification about our sessions and other activities. So I'll be sharing the link in the chat. So in case you're not part of the WhatsApp group, you can join and we share a few other links that are related to IYS. Please join us. And over to you, Mataji.
Hi Krishna, thank you so much, Nitya Mataji, for such a warm welcome. So after a long time, so meeting the IYS girls. So like thanks to Sukirti Mataji and thanks to IYS for like giving an opportunity to serve Guru and Gauranga. So first we'll start with the initial prayer. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषाभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुर्लङ्घयते गिरं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So, welcome everyone to this session of this overcoming, this judgment, like overcoming being judged by others. So, here we are having 24 participants. I'm just thinking, how many of you are judging me today? That what Mataji is going to speak, right? Or if I keep if I see that out of 24 participants, how many are from South India, how many are from North India, I'm seeing, and how will these people treat me, whether they are going to just comment heavily after this class, or how are they going to treat me, right? So now what am I doing when I'm talking to you? I am procrastinating in my mind what will others speak about me after listening to this class, right? This is what I'm going to speak today, that overcoming being judged, right? So, all of us, we might be going through the situation of being judged. There is like, I'm sure, like from childhood itself, that we are being judged. Really, isn't it? Like when we just after we come out, even if when we are just a small child, I have seen people, they start commenting like, I have given birth to a small child, like she's just 7 months old, and then people start commenting how will she be in future. No one has even seen that what she will be in the future, even not me. Then still judgment comes out, right? People start judging on the behavior of the others. So they start judging on the circumstances one is going through, not even knowing that what that person would be actually going through. From the outer external circumstances itself, people start, you know giving their own judgments. Maybe people judge on the past of a person. Maybe in the past that person might be a little, very angry person, or may not be such a very rude person, but maybe in present he is not. But people start passing judgment on their past, on how that person was in their past. That's why there is a saying, right? I don't live in my past, so please do not judge me on the basis of my past. There was a quotation. And also, people even judge on the basis of the marital status, right? Or not even knowing that what the circumstances would have been. Maybe if someone is a divorcee, okay, if a girl is a divorcee, maybe she may not be that much rude person, but maybe the spouse was a very rude person or somewhat, because of which the breakup would have been happened. But then because of the marital status also, few people, they start passing comments, okay, this person might be, if such behavior would be there, that person would have been very rude, or just giving overall, making a character in our mind depending upon the marital status of a particular person. So even when it comes to us, right, even we are ISKCON devotees. So people, when they hear about your ISKCON devotee, oh, I like, you are married. I heard that, ISKCON devotees do not get married. How come you are married? Oh, you have a kid also. How do you manage? Or sometimes, like people, even they do judge on when they come to temple and they see that, pizza is available, burger is available. Oh no, in temple pizza and burger, how come in temple pizza and burger is available? What kind of temple it is? Isn't it? Like, so people, they give judgments based on so many things. Now, in Hindi, there is a saying which is said as "सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग." That means like, it means that, like, the biggest disease is that, to think that what will people tell. And most of the time, the mind, inside our mind, if this fear goes on, what will people tell, what will people tell, how can I face others, how will I go out, how will I speak, how will I do my job, oh my god, what I should do. Isn't it? Most of the time our mind goes in all those things, and the production of our own, like production, like how much we can give the best, what I can give for, from my side, it becomes low. Like I become so much low in my self esteem that I can't even perform my activities properly. I know a person, he is a very good person, like he is, actually a very humble, very nice person. But based on his past experiences, what he had in his school, like he could not perform, like in few a times he could not perform well, and he was given a negative comments by his who whatever his family members or his friends and all. And after that, he stopped. He had a fear of talking in front of people, and he started this like he started stammering like anything whenever he would have an opportunity where he had to present in office or he have to do presentations. As you know, in corporate offices we need so many presentations has to be given by people. So whenever this presentation, he would stammer like anything, and he could not perform well, and he got afraid to such a degree that he had to show a doctor, a psychiatrist, so that he can come out of this fear of social anxiety of being judged by people, isn't it? So sometimes people go into depression when it comes when people start judging. Maybe someone is not getting married, somehow she's not getting a good good match, but people start passing such comments that, I know that why you are not getting married, because you have an affair with someone, not even knowing that, that person, what she's going through. Maybe she's not getting a good match somehow or other. There are some circumstances which is unavoidable. Maybe the caste is not matching, or the parents are not getting agreed, because of the status or so many things. So we see our society is such a judgmental society which we live in. So how come we overcome? So we can't change people. We can't go ahead and keep telling people, don't judge me, don't judge me, don't judge me. Who's going to listen to me, right? It's very difficult that, I go and tell each and every person that please do not judge me, I am not what you think, or I cannot explain my own situation, what I am going through, to anybody else. Like, it's very difficult that I keep on explaining my situation to each and everybody. So in such a situation, what I need to do, what can I do? I see Rama Chaitanya has someone has raised their hand. I will definitely come back to you. Uh, After the session is over, because I want to know some realizations from your side also. I see so many have raised their hands, isn't it? Uh, so maybe I can take 2 minutes, but the story should be very short. Maybe in the end of the session, I'll hear to you if you have such stories wherein you were judged, in such a badly that you had such a bad time. I'll take up to that maybe in the end of the session. Personally, for me, what I faced is that, like when I was a very small girl, I wanted to, speak, debate, or I wanted to sing. I personally, it was a very it was a very, I was just very small, like I remember. So now I'm speaking in front of all of you. But when I used to go to the stage, and I used to hear my own voice, and I used to get scared, and I used to go back, oh my God, no, what will people tell by listening to my voice? And what to speak, I would start, my hand would start shivering, and my hands would get cold, and not what to speak of, what to think of speaking. I would just leave everything, I would just come back, and I would start crying in my family, though I would have prepared well of what I have to speak on, just because of this fear that what would people tell me. And this fear led me, it didn't leave me until I came to Krishna consciousness. So how Krishna consciousness has helped me in overcoming this fear of being judged by people, today I'd be sharing. And like, what I would be sharing with you is personally my own experiences also, and also from the scriptures, what I understand by reading the scriptures. So it's a combination of both of them. Okay, so here I would be sharing you 6 tips which I have personally applied, and what I feel is really, it is going to help you also if you would apply, because at the end of the day, Krishna consciousness is not only theory, all about the science, what we can apply, right? So I would request that before we start this session, I would request all of you that before I share what I'm going to speak, I would request all of you to note it down and also apply few of these principles in your life, which will really help you in, even if you're not getting judged, but it will help you in maintaining the peace of your mind, right? So first, the six things. First is that acceptance. First is the name of the, I have abbreviated the six principles into a acronym. Like I can tell you as an with the alphabets, that is ATTIRE. That is attire. Attire means actually it's a costume. So whenever you get judged by someone, try to put on this attire. That means try to remember this all things. What I'm These six things which I'm going to speak to you. So first is that accept yourself. The most important thing is this, that we do not accept ourselves. Like sometimes what happens is that people start passing judgment like regarding our attitude or how we speak or what is my circumstances, and what we do is that totally forget that actually who I am, and completely be carried away by what people are telling, isn't it? For example, I would give an example from the scripture here, like Karna. So all of you know Karna, right? I hope so. You would be knowing Karna, but because I know there are so many serials coming on Karna, and Karna is the character in Mahabharata. I hope most of you would be knowing about him. So he is a great fighter. He was a very great fighter. And then what happened during the Mahabharata war? Now Bhishma Dev, Bhishma Pitama, what he said is that to Karna, that you are a Ardharathi, not a Maharathi. Now, Ardharathi is someone who is not so good in fighting, and Maharathi is someone who is very good in fighting. Like he can fight with so many rath. Rath means, you understand, the chariot. So she can fight. Maharathi means he can one who can fight with many chariots together, and Ardharathi is someone who can hardly fight with few of the chariots. So then Bhishma just gave a comment to a judged against this Karna, that you are an Ardharathi. Listening to this, Karna became very furious, and then he said to Bhishma, "Why are you passing such a comment against me? I know that like I can fight like I can fight so many chariots, and I am a Maharathi." But then Bhishma said that you are a Ardharathi because you have been cursed. What was Karna cursed for? Karna was cursed that when during the difficult situation, the most difficult time in his life, he would forget his knowledge. So he said, Bhishma Pitama said, what is the use? Anyway, you are fighting, but when the most difficult time would come, you would not be able to fight because you will forget your vidya. You will forget your knowledge. So what is the use? So listening to this, Karna became very furious. He became totally depressed. And then he said that, yeah, what is the use? And then finally, he declared that he would not fight until Bhishma is alive in the battlefield. He became such furious, and he went and he didn't fight, and he was there in the corner. Then Krishna came to know about this, and then Krishna went to Karna, and he said that anyways, we are not fighting. So these many days you have not fought. So actually, Bhishma died on the 10th day of the Mahabharata war. The 16 days battle, Mahabharata was for 16 days, and the 10th day, Bhishma died. So for these many days, so until 10 days, he had decided that he would not fight. So when Krishna went to not until 10 days, he had decided that until Bhishma is dying, he would not fight. But I'm just telling you the fact that when Bhishma died. So anyway, he was not fighting. Then Krishna went to Bhishma, and then Krishna went to Karna, and then he said to Karna that anyways you are not fighting for the Kauravas. Why don't you fight for the Pandavas? So listening to that, Karna became even more furious. He said that, oh my God, why is he coming again to again make me more furious? So do you see how is the attitude of Karna? So this kind of person, what happens to the attitude of the Karna? It shows that This kind of people are carried away by what people say. That the switch or like their switch of their happiness or distress is lying in other people's hand. Whatever comment the other people are going to give, that person thinks that that is actually reality. That person totally forgets that what is his own potential. Karna does not need any certificate because he is a fantastic fighter. There is no like I mean to say, no need for anyone else to give the certificate. He himself he knew because he has fought so many battles previously. But then he, because of listening to others, his self-esteem it went down. So what are we doing if this kind of situation is happening, this kind of situation happens to us also, then what we do actually, we are giving that remote of us to someone else. When anyone someone else wants to us to be happy, then we are happy. If they pass good comments, then we're very happy. If they pass very negative comments, we become very, very morose, isn't it? And so because, so this is the first thing we have to correct in ourselves. Don't give the remote of yourself, of your mood, to someone else. Let not others control you based on their comments. Let you know your own potential. So I generally tell to people whom I was mentoring previously, I used to tell them to maintain a journal wherein they write that what are their own strengths, what they can do. Because most of the time is that we condemn ourselves only. We condemn ourselves that, oh no, I can't do this, oh no, I can't do that. If I have such low esteem, self esteem of myself, then how would I face the world? The very first thing for overcoming judgment, being judged by others, is actually working on my own self, like understanding that who I am, what are my strengths, and write it down. And yes, you can do it. Why you can accept yourself is also mean that to understand that who you are, to get the knowledge that who I am. Actually, who are we? Can anyone answer? I can give 2 minutes. Actually, who we are, can anyone answer? There are 32 participants. I would like one or two volunteers to actually tell that who we are. Please, no one is raising their hand. That means you don't know who we are. Oh my God. Please, someone. It's a basic thing we read in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Bhargavi. Yes, Bhargavi. Can anyone unmute her? I can, I think, unmute her. Yeah, ask to unmute. I've given you the control to unmute. Bhargavi, I have sent you a request to unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat
Yes,
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Yes, Bhargavi. Yes, tell me.
We are not this
Our
body
yes.
and we are spiritual soul.
Yes, clap for Bhargavi. Hari Bol, a big Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Bhargavi. Thank
Hari
you,
Bol.
Bhargavi. Yeah, yeah. So, yes, we are not this body. We are part and parcel of Krishna. So, whatever criticism is coming, is it coming to me or to my body? It's coming to my body. So some people they get, even I remember when I was many years back, when I was eating prashadam in a hall, and I was sitting with Sukirti Mataji, and one there was, I had a fellow devotee who was staying with me, and she was a little fat, and then everyone used to, in her office, everyone used to tease her that you are so fat, you are so nutty, like you're so short, also fat. They used to speak so much about her, and then she used to get very upset. And one day she told to her Mataji that, you know, Mataji, everyone is passing comment on me. And then she had said that whenever someone passes comment on you, you should remind yourself that I am not this body. So whatever the comment is coming to you, those comments are coming on your body. I am much more greater than that. I am a spiritual spark, right? I'm a spiritual spark, and I'm a part and parcel of Krishna. I'm a soul. I'm not this body. So whatever all those judgments, whatever is come, people judge us according to our physical appearances also, right? So everything is on my body. It is, they are not telling to me, isn't it? So first principle is accept yourself, right? So second one is that to tolerate. Second, attire. In attire, the second principle is that to tolerate. Now, Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that Matra Spashastu Kaunteya Sitoshna Sukha Dukkada Agama Paino Nityas comes Titikshashva Bharata. That means Krishna is telling to Titiksha. Titiksha means tolerate. So he tells that this non-permanent appearances of this happiness and distress, he is telling non-permanent. Now remember this the material world, whatever the happiness and distress are there, that he is comparing, Krishna is comparing to that of the, it is temporary, right? So this temporary, this non-permanent happiness and distress, he is comparing to the coming of the summer and winter, isn't it? Summer and winter. So now, one might be telling, one might be thinking in their mind. So it's very difficult, Mataji. No matter how much I try, I can't tolerate, Mataji. What should I do? I'm just sitting in front of my own family members, and many family members, they start commenting on me like anything, and I don't know where to go. I can't even leave that place also, and I need to tolerate. I just burst out and I speak, isn't it? So there are circumstances wherein we cannot just tolerate, because and we cannot go out of that place also. It becomes very, very difficult. So one thing which I feel at the time, but generally what I internalize at that time, meditate on that time, is that just remember one thing at that moment, right? When people are here, you're surrounded by people and they start commenting on you like anything. For example, I remember regarding a marriage, a girl is there who is not getting married, and people are just passing comments. Her own relatives are just passing on comments, like they would phone call her mother and father and her relatives, and they would tell that, this relative's son got married, this relative's daughter got married. I don't know why your daughter is not getting married. Whether she wants a very handsome guy, or she wants a very rich guy, or what does she want, or she's having an affair with someone else, like those things they would start telling to her parents, and her parents would get completely embarrassed. They would feel so bad, and that would bring such a sorrow in her house. Maybe in her house everything would be normal, but just a phone call and everything gone. The entire happiness, the peace of of her family would be gone. So isn't it like we cannot go out of the situation, and sometimes we go to a family function and we are sitting and we are surrounded by people who keep on questioning us like anything. We just cannot go out of that situation. So when this kind of things happen, just ask to yourself one thing: how long I'm going to be in this situation? How long I'm going to be in this situation, or how long I'm going to be with the people whom I'm surrounded with? How long I'm going to be? Just ask this question: is it for few minutes? Is it for few hours? Or is it for few days? Or it is only for few moments, just a moment? So if I'm going to be there with, so if this many people only for just few moments or only for few hours, so is it worth that I spoil my entire, I spoil my entire mood, or spoil spoil the entire happiness of my family, depending on one comment of this person, which is also very temporary? I don't know. See, everything is going to change in this world. The people with whom we stay, they are going to change. It not permanently you will stay with the same set of friends. Your friends would change. Even the places get changed. Where you are staying now, maybe you leave that place and go somewhere else. Situations won't be same. The change is the only constant in our life. Nothing is going to be permanent. Nothing is permanent. I would remember, like, my counselor always speaking to me like, even your sorrow or your distress is also not permanent. So when nothing is permanent, so me spoiling my entire life depending on the just a comment of one person, and going completely into depression and not coming out for so many days, is it worth? Just one moment, one person passes comment, and I become so depressed that I don't see my phone or I do not lift anyone's phone call. I do not talk to anyone. I completely shut the doors. I go behind the bars, like I go inside a room in a corner, shut all the lights, sit there and just cry just because one person has passed one comment and I completely spoil everything in my life. Is it worth? No, it's not worth. It's a very bad deal. And I don't think so we should do that bad deal. What we should remind is just for this moment and let me tolerate this moment. Let me not speak anything because the other person, he does not know my circumstances, that why I'm not getting married. I'm not getting a good marriage. There are so many factors. My parents want a particular caste only, and in that particular caste they want a very good a person who is earning good, a proper lump sum amount of money, so many things are there, factors are there, and maybe because of all those reasons, many reasons, I'm not getting that. But those people, they may not understand that, and it's not worth also wasting so much of time to make them understand. So just leave it. Just leave that. Just for that moment alone, I need to tolerate it, and that's it. And just come out of that particular place, just give a pause at that time, come out of that particular, the situation will definitely come to an end at a particular time, and that's it, everything will become normal. But don't go to depression because you are judged by so many people. Don't go to gym, don't go to depression. Anyway, those people are going to be only for few minutes in your life, not for forever. They are going to be in your life. They, how many of us talk to so many, we have so many relatives, but those people, they can comment on our, on a function or something like that. But then I'm just giving an example. Maybe all of us have a different situation. I'm just giving an example and trying to make you understand that how you can deal with that kind of situation if it happens to you. Maybe you may not be in that situation also. So how many of us talk to every day with all our relatives? It's not difficult. We don't have that much of time also. So just leave it. No need to no need to focus that much on one particular thing, right? So this is about the tolerate. Third is that if you cannot accept yourself, you're not able to remember that you're not this body, you're not even able to remember that like I have to tolerate, all these things are not working. And the third is that, which will definitely work, at least for me, and I know many of you would be working, is that talking to devotees, associating with them, sharing your problems with them, sharing what is going on in your heart. It acts like a medicine. In Nectar of Instructions, Rupa Goswami tells, like in exchange of, in many things, but what we exchange with a devotee, one thing what we devote with a devotee we exchange is that we share our heart with the devotee, with whom confidentially. In confidentially, we talk to a devotee, we talk about what is going on in your life. We tell that, Mataji, I'm going through this many problems and I don't know how do I come out. And I'm sure that devotees, they have such holistic approach. See, devotees are non-judgmental. Even if you do wrong, they would not judge you. Instead, they will try to give you a proper solution of how you would come out of the situation. For example, you see Srila Prabhupada. Now I'll give you an example. Like Srila Prabhupada, whom was he preaching to? He was preaching to all those hippies. Now Srila Prabhupada was non-judgmental. Like he did not judge that this person is alcoholic or this person is smoking. I should not associate with that person. All over, all entire he started ISKCON in I mean to say that in US, and there is where all the hippies are there. Entirely his in his association, if you see, all those hippies were there, but then he was non-judgmental. And one such situation happened, like Shyamasundar Prabhu. I just heard this in one of the lectures, like how Shyamasundar Prabhu once came to Srila Prabhupada and he said that, I'm going to jail. And then Srila Prabhupada, he smiled and he said that, oh, you're going to jail. Krishna was also born in jail. So then just see, Srila Prabhupada, if someone comes and tells you that, "Yeah, I'm going to jail," how would you react? Huh? Why are you going to jail? What did you do? But then Prabhupada was like, he was open. He did not judge. He was open, and it happened because Shyamasundar Prabhu was dealing with drugs before he came to Krishna consciousness. And because of which, now after coming to Krishna consciousness, the police were like somehow they wanted to arrest Shyamasundar Prabhu. And then Prabhupada asked him, "Why are you going to jail?" And then Shyamasundar Prabhu said that I was dealing with drugs. And then Prabhupada said that, yes, I was also dealing with drugs in Prayag pharmacy. In Prayag, he had a store of the Ayurvedic medicines wherein he was selling those Ayurvedic medicines. So you see how Prabhupada is dealing with his disciples, completely open. He's not judging anyone. So devotees are non-judgmental. So when you go to a person who is non-judgmental and you open up, maybe you all have mentors, right? Sorry, you all have, yes, you all are having mentors. So if you have any such issue which you are not able to, you're not able to understand, or you're not able to share with anyone, or you are facing some issues like this kind of issue, like being judged or something, then talk to your mentor. Ask to them that how can I come out of this situation, like with their experience. Definitely they are not going to judge you, and they will give you such expert solution of how you can come out of that particular state. Or also, one more thing, like sometimes what happen, even talking to your devotee friends, it helps you. Talking to your mentor, talking to your devotee friends, it helps you. Now uh, all of you are having mentors, and in with your mentor there will be one fellow mentees also, right? Like your mentor would be having so many mentees, and she would be taking a common classes for you all, or some common japa or common reading sessions would be happening. So the best way to be, because when we always deal with negative people, it's very important that we have some positive people, positive mindset people also with us, isn't it? So for whoever you people are there, in small group, you can make connection among yourselves, and you can talk to each other. So that would also give such an, you will feel very much relaxed. Yes, I'm surrounded with people who do not judge me, who know that who I am, and they love me in spite of anything else. When you are surrounded with such people, you forget that anxiety, the social anxiety of being judged. It is completely gone, and you feel confident, more and more confident. So association does matter. See, there are three kinds of association. One association is an uplifting association, wherein if you stay with you associate with those kind of devotees who are always uplifting you, then then you get completely enhanced, like you become a complete, like your productivity increases. There are second kind of association is a neutral association. With their association you don't get anything. The third kind of association is a completely disastrous association, like they judge you, and they always want to dominate you, and they pass comments on you, or they want to always disappoint you. So those kind of association we are not looking for. We should always stay in association with those who are always uplifting us. They're always benefiting us. Okay. And the third, I spoke about a first is first is your accept yourself. Second, I spoke about tolerate. Third, if these two are not happening, talk to a devotee. And then I is intention. See, when you are doing a particular thing with a particular work with a proper intention, you do not have to feel fear of being judged by others, that what others would tell. If I know that my intention is right behind doing this activity, then I would not be fearful of what others are telling, or I would not judge anyone else, right? For example, like I would not feel feared of being judged by anyone else. Prabhupada often used to tell, like, purity is the force. So always maintain a purity of your intention. If you have some intention which is not aligning with what you want to do, like for example, if like I have a dual attitude towards doing a particular thing, or what I think and what I speak, they both are asynchronous. They are not in sync. Sometimes I think badly, but I'm talking in a very soft, in a soft way. What happens is that my facial expression completely changes. So at that time, people start misjudging us also, right? So our own confidence is also going down. So we should always think that how can we maintain a purity of our intention should be there. For example, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the guru of Srila Prabhupada. So see, he was a sannyasi, and those days, in his time, in Navadip, everyone used to do bhajan. Like everyone used to chant their rounds. They used to do their sadhana very well. So no one was ready to go to Kolkata because Kolkata was the place where everyone was like materialistic. So no one wanted to go Kolkata. But then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, being, even if he was a sannyasi, he went to Kolkata. He preached in Kolkata, and he made so many devotees. So the everyone was judging, being a sannyasi, why is he going there? But then the main intention why he went there is that to help or to spread the Krishna conscious movement. So even if he was judged by so many people of being a sannyasi and still going to the materialistic people and preaching them, still he did that because he had purity of intention. He wanted to satisfy Krishna, and because of which he did that. And he was a perfect example of Yukta Vairagya. If you see Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, he was wearing a coat, he was wearing this pagdi and all those. Pagdi means like a turban, and going and preaching like a lion to this Britishers, to going and sitting with the aristocratic people and talking to them. See, it was not so many people, those and he was even going in the car, and also there were many materialistic people. They used to judge him and his followers and used to tell, being a sannyasi, how can you do that? How can you ride a car? And even Prabhupada was also judged. Prabhupada was actually once was received in US or somewhere else. He was received in a limousine, you know, right? It's one of the expensive cars that come. So he was actually invited in a limousine car, like it was a very luxurious car. And then people started commenting, oh, you are a sannyasi and still you are going in such a luxurious car. And then Prabhupada, as usual, he answered how Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur and his disciples used to answer. See, everything is for the service of the Lord. Everything is for the meant to be enjoyed by Krishna. So if everything is meant to be enjoyed by Krishna, so everything should be offered to Krishna. But then who is offering everything to Krishna? Only the sadhus are offering everything to Krishna because they give everything to Krishna. So all these good assets, all these cars or the big buildings or whatever we see, who should be using it? The sadhus should be using it because they are using everything for Krishna, isn't it? So Prabhupada had answered such nicely that everything is for the service of the Krishna, and who should be sitting in this? The devotee should be sitting in this because they are offering everything to Krishna. So this is the purity of your intention. So that your intention should be right. When your intentions are right, then no matter how much people judge you, if your intentions are right and you know the higher principle behind what you are doing, you won't feel judged. So next is that I told you I is over, and then R. R is the reading scriptures. See, reading scriptures is the one of the most important things if you want to overcome this overcoming judgment. The reason behind this is personally. So if you see, I have read, if when I'm reading this Bhagavatam, if it's from the starting to ending of this Bhagavatam, you will see many devotees, and almost many devotees, they were all misjudged. If you see Parikshit Maharaj, he was being misjudged because misjudged by a Brahmin, and then he was cursed, right? And because of which we got the entire Bhagavatam. Second is that if you see Bharat Maharaj, I'm talking about Bharat of Ramayana, like the brother of Lord Rama, Bharat Maharaj. He was, if you see, he was the perfect example of being misjudged everywhere. From starting to ending in the Ramayana, if you see, wherever his character was there, he was being misjudged. Like wherever Bharat Maharaj had nothing to do behind the conspiracy of sending Rama to forest. Like he was not behind banishing Rama to the forest. And when this thing happened, when Rama was banished to the forest, at that time even Bharat was not Bharat was not in Ayodhya. He was in Kaikya Pradesh, like the place near his mama's home, the maternal uncle's home. He was not even in Ayodhya. So when he came back to Ayodhya, the entire Ayodhya Vasis all were completely convinced that Bharat is the one who had sent Rama to the forest. They were completely convinced and they were completely condemning Bharat Maharaj that you are the one because of which Rama went to forest. And even a situation was there like when Bharat, because of this Ayodhya Vasis, nobody in Ayodhya was actually, in favor of Bharat. He was misjudged by Kaushalya, the mother of Lord Rama. He was misjudged by Vasishtha Muni, who was the Kulguru of the Kulguru of the family of Dashrath Maharaj. He was misjudged by his own father, Dashrath Maharaj. Dashrath Maharaj, when he was dying, he said that don't don't allow Bharat to touch my body. See, the one person whom you love the most, if that person he tells like that, what goes through you? Oh my God, I didn't expect my own father to be judged. It's an extreme case. It's an extreme case of being judged by your own father and telling that please do not touch me when my last rituals are going on. So Bharat Maharaj was completely shattered by all those things. But you know how Bharat Maharaj tolerated? Bharat Maharaj was using this first principle, which I said you, that my happiness or distress is not in the hands of others. And also, he had the complete knowledge of one more thing, is that if my intentions are to please Krishna, then I should not overcome, or I should not be swayed away or pushed away by the waves of people being judged, people judging me, people judging me. So if one's intentions are right and one knows what he is, then he has a self confidence on himself, then anyone can overcome this judgmental attitude of others, right? And the Bharat Maharaj, when he went to like when he had to, and second thing what Bharat Maharaj he showed by his character was that when Bharat Maharaj he took the entire Ayodhya Vasi. See, it's very difficult to be with people who have this mixed people, right? Few people supporting you, few people not supporting you. Like you have always a people who are judging. Like everyone was judging Bharat Maharaj. Everyone was judging Bharat Maharaj. So Bharat Maharaj took everyone in Ayodhya and he went to the place Chitrakoot where Rama was there and he met Rama and he wanted to coronate Rama. But then, and then he showed in front of everyone that all he wanted was only service. He didn't want it to be the king. And that's why he took the padukas of Rama and he came back to Ayodhya and he was serving the padukas of Rama. So here he showed one thing by his character. What did he show? Let your actions speak than your speech, right? That means he was showing by his example, like when people are judging you that you can't do a particular thing, you cannot do it, you are always you're always lazy or always you are pathetic, you can never be, you can never succeed. When the people start judging you and because of which your self-esteem goes off, let you speak through your action, like do the best, give your best and show it by your action. So this principle was showed by Bharat Maharaj. So that is why we should read scriptures. So when we read scriptures very scrutinizingly, we take the life lessons from those scriptures and see, not only just take those life lessons, apply it in your life. See, the more we hear, the more we read, the more we associate with people, how completely we transform ourselves. And how I was sharing to you in the starting about me, that what kind of person I was. I was so stage afraid that I will not even go in front of others and I will not even speak one thing. And now, in front of 29 participants, I am talking about Krishna. So, what is my intention? My intention is to please Krishna. And so, when your intention is to please Krishna, then Krishna empowers you. Krishna empowers you to speak. Krishna empowers you to do the certain things. So when Krishna empowers you, nothing else matters. So the feeling of this being judged, even that goes off, right? So the last E I said about ATTI, intention, reading scriptures. E is, so finally, so what you should do, you should engage in service of Krishna, and Krishna will empower you. When you engage in service of Krishna, Krishna would empower you, and then nothing, it does not bother. It does not bother you that who is judging you and what is going on. Even if what happened in the past, nothing matters, because finally Krishna likes you. Now remember, now see the, if Krishna, so what for a devotee, what does it matter? It does it matter that what those XYZ is telling, or if, does it matter what the devotees and what Krishna is telling? Matters that what your guru is telling, what Krishna is talking about you, isn't it? Why I'm going to bother about like what others are telling about me, right? What Krishna talks about me, isn't it? And if the best example is Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, he gave mercy to Jagai and Madai also, no matter what is, who he was. He was, even if he was the most, they were the most condemnable people by others, but then he gave his mercy to them. So this is Krishna, right? So one should try to engage in Krishna service. So I told you about the 6 things. Finally, with one thing, I would like to, the key thing which I would like to tell you, how can you overcome the judgment, is that if you want to overcome being judged by others, become absorbed in the service of Krishna, like the cotton balls. You know, the cotton balls, when they're dipped inside the ghee, when you press it, the ghee just comes out. Similarly, when you become absorbed in Krishna consciousness, or you become absorbed in service of Krishna, then nothing else bothers what others are speaking about me, because your interest and your intentions becomes very strong to please Krishna. You do everything in order to please Krishna. So that becomes your greatest strength. So you do not overcome, you're not overcome by the fear of being judged. And last but one thing, I would like to tell a caution I want to give you before I complete this class, that okay, this is how we have to overcome judging, but then you also should not judge the devotees of the Lord. Now, devotees of the Lord should not be judged based on their external appearances. So, seeing the interest of the time, and also, giving, how to overcome judging someone else is again another topic. So, with this thing, with this last, with the summarizing the entire thing, whatever I spoke, this like accepting yourself, and then T is tolerate. Then if to 8A and T does not work, then just talk to the devotees. I is that have good intentions with whatever you are working. And then R, read scriptures. E is engage in Krishna service. So with this, in your mind, hopefully it will help you in overcoming your fear of being judged. So with this, I come to an end of this session. Thank you so much for listening to me so much patiently. Hare Krishna, I would like to take few of the questions if you have, or any realizations. Few of you had raised your hand, and I'm here for a few minutes. You can please go ahead and ask questions or share your realization. You can raise your hand, or you can post it in the chat window. Anything, whatever works for you. Okay, I see no one is having any questions. Oh, Lakshmita has raised her hand. Yes, Lakshmita, I'll just ask you to unmute yourself. Ask to unmute. Yes, Lakshmita.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session, Mataji. Actually, Mataji, being judged by others is okay, but what if we keep judging ourselves? I mean, like most of the time, I be hard on myself. I mean, kind of self envy. So, how can I deal with that, Mataji? Like most of the time, like than being judged by others, like I don't mind what others say, but at the same time, I be so hard on myself. It's like I keep judging me like that. So
Yeah, so that's what I said, you know, the first thing I understand the same psychology even I had. So even I'm having also. It's not that I am not, I'm just came out of that situation. Yes, so first thing is that accept yourself. See, you have to understand that who you are. Like you are now, I know that you are a wonderful devotee now. You are, I think I see your status. I think I've saved your number also in WhatsApp. So I see your status. You are such Krishna conscious devotee. So when you depend on Krishna for anything else, so why to do a self doubt on yourself? Like see, most of the time we close the window of any opportunity by self doubting ourselves. So having see, being humble is fine. Sometimes what happens is that in the to show the humility is not this that to see that okay how low I am. Humility is to show that how great Krishna is and I am serving that great Krishna and how he is using me an instrument in doing so many things, right? So to
yes,
instead of self condemning myself, why can't I praise Krishna? So when you praise Krishna and at the same time I was telling you that how to maintain a journal of what you can do for Krishna, right? When what you can do for Krishna and what your strengths are, even if in your academic career or even if you are in office, what your strengths are, what you can do, just write it somewhere and contemplate on those things. Having a journal is very very important, especially when lot of thoughts come to your mind and bad thoughts, good thoughts, everything starts becoming a khichdi. Just have give a pause, note down what your thoughts are, like just note down what you can do, right? And
yes,
the best, yes, and also meditate on what are your achievements in your past, what all you have done, right? And that will help you in overcoming this self doubting or self condemning ourselves or judging my own self, my judging my own abilities. Oh, sorry, something fell down beside me. Hope you
okay.
can relate with
Yes,
my answer, right?
yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Okay. Okay. Any other realization or comment? In work atmosphere, how to remain positive? I'm new to work. It's a question by Abhilasha. I'm new to work and I'm lacking confidence, thinking like I'm not having knowledge as much as that experienced people. It's been 6 months and I'm learning things and work slowly. Okay, Abhilasha. So I would like you to unmute you also because I was also in the same situation, Abhilasha. Honestly, I was in TCS and I was very new. And see, I am a North Indian. Yes, so I'm a North Indian. So I'm talking based on my own realizations. Okay, so I'm a North Indian. So I came to a new place where everyone is a Tamil, everyone is speaking Tamil, and everyone is experienced. They know everything. And you know what I used to do? Like what you are having the situation that you don't know anything, you feel so discouraged being with the people, your self-esteem completely goes down that I don't know anything. So according to, if you're new to work, the first thing, according, because I'm also working, I'm an software engineer in Bank of America. So what I did is that I moved out from TCS and now I'm in another company. So what I did is that upskill myself. Like I'm talking about something practical also to you. What you don't know, learn that because it's it's a corporate world and you have to learn things also, so that would give you confidence. Second thing is that see, at the end of the day, the people who you're with, with whom you are working, their work experience is also changing. They are getting senior. In the same time, now you are 6 months. You started from zero. Now you are 6 months experience, right? Slowly, your experience also will go on, right? Your experience also will change. So how I was telling that nothing is permanent. Even these people with whom you are dealing with, if they are judging you of not performing well, also even those people will also change. Till now, I have changed around 4 managers. My managers changed, the people with whom I work changed, everything is changing. So nothing is permanent. The projects get changed. So you will get new experiences. The thing want the if you have to stay in this material world, first thing I have to remember that everything is temporary here. Then you can be happy. Like you won't think like you won't get overwhelmed by the changes that are happening in the temporary world. In the same time, you can perform better because you know that okay, what it does not matter that what how much others are going forward. Your competition is only with yourself, right? You try to upskill yourself. You try to you try to train yourself and do the best in your work, right? So understand your own strength. Okay, if I don't know, if but for example I didn't do informatica and my entire team knew informatica. Now informatica is a tool in IT. Anyone who is working in software, they would be knowing it. So I went for informatica training. I trained myself, right? So train yourself. Yes. And then continue a spiritual journey. Otherwise everything else would be difficult for you to maintain. Spirituality is the center of the wheel around which everything rotates,
Yeah, Mataji.
right?
Thank you.
Yeah, hope it helps you.
Yeah, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Then I got an answer, a question. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Lalita. The Bharat Maharaj story, it inspired you and you got courage from that. That's really nice. I'll see if anyone has raised the hand. Okay, Vaishnavi Raghunathan has raised the hand. Okay, I will unmute you. Yes, Vaishnavi.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Gandavat Pranam, Vaishnavi. Yes, Vaishnavi.
Yes, Mataji. So actually, I think this program was so perfect for me, especially me. Actually, today morning only I was facing things like this. So today
Oh.
I went to the temple. Like I went to two temples. In one of the temple, there was no crowd. So in that temple, I'm basically a classical singer. So I go to class.
Oh.
Yeah, so I went there and I sang very easily because there was very less people. And then in a one more temple, I planned to sing a Rama bhajan. I went to Hanuman temple. I thought of singing a Rama bhajan, but when I saw the crowd, I was like completely stilled, and I was really fearing about other people's opinion. Oh God, what will they think of me? Usually for stage performances, I'm pretty well prepared mentally because I know there'll be crowd, so I'll be mentally prepared. But this was suddenly a large crowd, so I was really stuck. But this program really helped me, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. It's nice, Krishna's arrangement that something happened with you which you could relate with instantly.
Yes,
Grateful to Krishna.
Hare
Now,
Krishna.
Vidisha Ghosh. One of my friends' name was also Vidisha. Yes, Vidisha.
Hare
She
Krishna
seems to be
Mataji.
a Bengali. I am also a
Yes,
Bengali.
Mataji.
Yes,
Oh,
Vidisha. Yes, tell me, Vidisha.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam, Dandavat Pranam.
Mataji, my biggest fear is I'm from a non-devotee family and trying to uh, do bhakti. So my biggest fear is to being judged by my parents while I'm doing like bhakti and reading Bhagavad Gita. I used to hide and read, and today I only decide to speak out, and my door was open and in my room, and Papa came and saw that I am doing this class, and I was just scared, and he said, what are you doing? Study, what are you doing? And I missed some point of yours, like reading scripture and intention. I told Papa, gone, but I for some time I was uh, not able to concentrate in your class, and after that I come back.
Okay. See, okay, first thing what you missed, I would like to tell you. So I was if you could not hear for some time, I was also getting a call from my mom. Okay, so R is reading scriptures, and I is if your intentions are right, then don't worry about being judged by people, right? So if your intention are right, then Krishna will definitely empower you. So I can completely empathize with you, Vidisha, because I was also in the same situation, and I know many of my friends. I think 90% of my 99% of my devotee friends had gone through the same thing. And I know out of this 24 participant, maybe here also many people would be going through the same thing, being judged by my own parents and feeling fear of telling the parents that I'm performing bhakti. So see, all of a sudden, don't change yourself. I give you some practical suggestions. Don't all of a sudden like behave weird in front of your parents. Slowly expose them that, and also you are studying Vidisha.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. What are you studying?
I'm doing B.Ed. I have did
B.Ed,
my MSc.
MSc. Okay. So you are doing B.Ed, and like you have your exams also, right? You
Yes.
would be performing. Okay. So see, do good on your academics, do very nicely, like do have a proper relationship with your family members, give your parents happiness, have a healthy atmosphere. In the same time, slowly you, when you are chanting or reading, you read. But then not only when they are asking you to read, like how your father has come now to read, then you say that yes papa, just give me 5 minutes, let this get over and I will start reading, and then you read. Give proper time to your material things also. In the same time, show them that how you are doing bhakti, like little by little you show them. For example, you, I don't know how many rounds you chant, like if you're chanting 16 rounds, break it into few hours, like few in intervals, like for example 16 rounds, chant for 4 rounds, then 4 rounds, then 4 rounds, like that. And then give importance to your family also, and then also read well, also give your material things also equal importance. Don't show your family members all of a sudden an avatar of a devotee, like all of a sudden you leave everything. It's very difficult, I understand, your family members. For me personally, my mother, it was very shocking when I went through this, when I'm coming to, I became an ISKCON devotee. Even I was judged by my own family members. They totally condemned me, but now no one condemns me, even everyone accepted me. My entire family, like my side, my husband's family is have, they are devotees, but then when it comes to my family, my entire family is a non-devotee. So like my mother's side, entire family, no one is a devotee, except now my mother has started chanting. So slowly you show them, expose them to what you would be doing it, right? And just tell them the truth that you are performing bhakti, but it is not going to affect your, give them that confidence. After all, they are your father and mother. Why won't they see? Until now they have given you a chance to study. See, you have done MSc and done B.Ed, so they are giving you so much of freedom to educate you, right? Why won't they give you freedom to do little bit bhakti? When you say them that nothing is going to change in my life if I chant 1 round or 2 rounds, or if I read Bhagavad Gita, give them that confidence if they are willing to hear to you, right? And don't
Yes,
fear.
Mataji.
Yeah, don't fear. Everything is going to be all right in your life, and just pray to Krishna that by your behavior and by your performing bhakti, let your parents also get inspired to do the bhakti. So prayer is one thing. Second is that don't behave any weird in front of your family. I won't do this, I won't do this. Slowly take break and expose them that what you are doing, right?
Yes, Mataji. Thank
Hope
you.
it helps you, Vidisha. Otherwise, also, whatever, if you have much more problem or any personally you want guidance from, you can talk to Nitya Kishori or to any
Yes,
one of the
Mataji.
mentors, and you can get the help from them. They would definitely feel very happy to help you on.
Yes,
Okay?
thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Okay. I would see anyone else, any question or any comments? Okay, so I don't see any hands raised or any chat when chat is there. So, Nitya Mataji, you are there. So, with your permission.
Yes. So thank you, Dipapriya Vrajeshwari. So it was such a lovely session. Hearing you, it really helps, I believe, everybody here. Hearing about Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and from the scriptures, the pastimes. So thank you very much. So hope the devotees are also benefited. So it was so lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nitya. Thank you. Hare
So
Krishna.
thank you all for joining. So see you all next week. Hopefully we will have Anuttama Mataji's the second part of managing anxiety. So please join us next week. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.